Okay, before we start, please, most important for Dhamma practice is always check our motivation before whatever Dhamma activity we have engaging. We should always check our motivations. So in the beginning, the motivation is very important. Actual session, the proper follow the proper instruction is very important. The end dedication is always important. So all the masters always emphasizing these three important points in Dhamma practice to benefit the full instructions. So please check your motivation. So here the motivation is basically should be pure based on generating the bodhicitta. Here what we have to actually reflect it is to reflect it the preciousness of the Dhamma. So therefore why always we should think of ourselves, why I'm practicing Dhamma, why I'm listening this teaching, why I'm interested in this. So basically it's come down to all over to attain the happiness, especially lasting happiness. So lasting happiness not only of ourselves but also for all the mother sentient beings. Therefore, today I'm going to listen or study or whatever the teaching is receiving. I wanted to, you should generate this strong feeling of I wanted to listen to this teaching to benefit all sentient beings. Then you may think that how can I benefit all sentient beings? Even myself, I'm an ordinary being and I'm the same like anyone else because I'm going through all the sufferings and experiencing the suffering nature of samsara. For this reason, that's why I'm going to practice Buddha's teaching to become Buddha, to help all mother sentient beings. Therefore, I wanted to practice this, learn these teachings, especially about this impermanent nature, and then I wanted to generate this, practice this teaching to benefit, to become Buddha, and then help all the sentient beings. That's the only way we can help all sentient beings. That's the motivation we have to cultivate it. Please, yes.
好，首先就是因为时间上时差的关系，所以仁波切今天有点晚，那不好意思。然后再来就是呢，在课程开始之前呢，有一件非常重要的事情就是呢，请大家调整动机，先检查自己的动机，然后做以下的调整。那在智者跟上师师长、智者上师师长传承里面，都会一直在强调，在做任何的法行以及像是文法之前。一个发型会有3个部分，就是前行、还有正行、还有结行的回向。那在正行开始之前，前行的调整动机非常的重要。那我们要调整动机，把动机调整成什么样呢？那我们要有一个很纯粹清净的动机，然后去升起，试着让自己去想跟升起菩提心。那我们要去思维，我们为什么来听这个法？我们为什么要来修学佛法？那因为呢，佛法非常的殊胜，非常的珍贵。那因为呢，我跟其他一切如母有情都一样，我们都想要快乐，而且是长久的快乐。所以，我们今天来听闻佛法，或者是我们去做一切的有情。我们听闻佛法或做一切的法行呢，都是为了利益一切如母的有情。那我要怎么利益一切如母有情呢？我只是一个普通人，一个凡人啊，我自己也受了各式各样的苦所逼。那可是呢，透过修学佛法，我就有办法能够帮助其他一切人无有情。那我们去思维说，这些有为法都是无常的，所以我们来修学佛法，透过修学佛法，终有一天我们能够成佛。成佛之后，我们就能够帮助一切有情。那这也是帮助有情获得究竟安乐的唯一方法。
So now we will continue on this previous discourse. So here today we will cover the impermanence and death. So basically, this is very crucial, important in many reasons. The first one is you should remember that impermanence in the great four seals, Buddhism, the one of the seal is impermanence, all compound things. Which means all compound things are in impermanent nature. When we think about this, basically, normally when we say and it's like theory, and we doesn't feel any, it doesn't feel connected with this idea of impermanent nature. And so, in Buddhist philosophical teaching, so people, when you are beginners, when you have think this is a like fancy idea or philosophical idea, and it's only for the monks and the philosophers, it's not for me. No, it's for us, for everybody who want to become enlightened. This is very important to think again and again. Reason why I think again and again, if we keep thinking less, all the compound things are impermanence in nature, means all compound things are dependent each other, which depend on cause and conditions. So as long as it's depend on cause and condition, then we came to understand that there is a certain limit of lifespan of all those compound phenomena, and then it's come to exhaustions, come to end. Therefore, including especially, particularly over aggregates, physical aggregates, and over feelings, everything is dependently arise on depend on the causes and conditions. So when we reflected that, then what happens when the changes comes?
我们上次讲到死亡无常，那无常呢，其实是佛陀在教授四法印诸行无常里面非常强调的一个部分。可是每次我们听到诸行无常的时候，我们不一定会有感觉，不一定会觉得这跟我们有什么关系，都会觉得说，可能这个呢是佛法哲学里面的一个部分，然后呢，这些佛教的思维、佛法的哲学是应该要由僧侣或者是由哲学家他们自己去研读的。可是实际上呢，佛陀开示这些教法，其实是让我们所有的人都可以一而再三的反复思维的。因为呢，所谓的诸行无常，讲的是一切的聚合，它其实都是观待的，它是因缘所生成的。只要它是因缘所生成，它就有一定它的限制，它能够维持的期间就是有限的，它终有一天会消散，会终止。那不管是外在的物理现象，任何的物体，或包括我们的心事的某些，包括我们的某些心事，其实它们都是缘起法。Let's again.
Now, so when you reflected this, and so when you think again and again about this, all the compound things in impermanence in nature, when you have familiar with this concept, what happens? Then mind started observing in deeper sense. Oh, then we will be like, we are trying to build a strong understanding about subtler understanding of conscious impermanent nature, not about gross form of impermanent nature that we see around. Like we see things changes, color changes, and time changes. People, the appearance changes, and mind changes. It's not about that, but also we understand that every moment, millisecond, there is a changing happening in our physical aggregates, emotional aggregates, and then the environment that we live changes. So when you understand this, then it will give us a very glimpse of strong feeling that nothing lasts forever, and it fixed idea of this that fixed idea of this is like should be permanent. This will be slowly losing our grief to hold on permanent ideas. So this is very important. So especially when we practice, every day we should think again and again and again and again. Then mind, the beauty of the mind is it can change with the more effort we put into this, including impermanence, any Buddhist topics and ideas. This is a whole practice. Practice is to critical thinking again and again with the reasoning, and then it gives you a better understanding, deeper understanding, and then eventually you can change into this the conceptual idea into cognitive ideas. Then Jepagna Kali Kalungosum Juregi Ravas. So just slowly you will be understand. It gives a clear idea. So this is important, and then especially now in here the impermanent, most important here is for us is to deal with the impermanence of life, especially death. This is very important for dealing with it. It's the most painful, and it's also very crucial and important aspects of practice. And in the Lamrim, there's this whole section is called 9-point death meditation. 9-point death meditation, which I think we have covered that the 3 roots of the death certainty. So the first one is no escape from death, and no escape from death, which has death is certain. And then second is time of death is uncertain, and then the third is time of death nothing helps, only Dharma practice helps for us during our death. So these are the 3 main practice point, root practice that we have to remind again and again. And then each of them has the 3 reasons, like in the death is sudden. Why death is sudden? Historically, if you recall anybody, including Buddha, if you see who is alive, become immortal, you will see none of them. The natural, cause of law of causality is death is because if you are born, automatically death was already started there. Birth itself becomes the cause for death. And then universally experienced, we see people and living beings dying and never be alive. That's a 3 root. And then second, okay, you translate this first.
Thank you. 好，那我们透过一而再再而三的去思维诸行无常的道理，然后呢，所谓的诸行无常呢，就是一切的有为法都是聚合的，都是观待的，都是因缘所生的，所以呢，它总有消散跟终止的一天。那我们再三思维之后呢，那我们会对于诸行无常的这个概念，或者是它的所要讲的内容呢，就会越来越熟悉，然后就会有定解。那这样子的定解或这样子的熟悉，有助于帮助我们，从平常可以观察到的这些粗分的无常，像是颜色改变了啊，时间改变了，那人的容貌改变，这样子的粗分，我们可以从外在就观察到的无常，让我们可以更熟悉或是去思维细微的无常，也就是每一刹那这些有为法都是在变化的，也就是我们的身体每一刹那都在变化，任何的物体它都是每一刹那变化，我们的心情、我们的情绪，它其实也是每一刹那都在变化，所以没有一个事物是长的。那这样子可以对治我们的常执，就是我们通常会执一切的有为法是长的，不会改变的。可是呢，透过再三思维诸行无常，我们会渐渐的可以去对治掉，让我们的常执越来越少，越来越弱。那其实诸行无常是我们每天都应该再三思维的一个功课。那我们再三思维，因为我们的心它有一个优点，还有一个好处，也就是我们的心它是会改变的。所以呢，如果我们能够再三思维诸行无常，其实这就是一种佛法的修行。那这样子的再三思维，这样子的去思维佛法的内容呢，是透过逻辑、原因、正理去做的一种逻辑思维、批判性的思维。它可以让我们这种概念性的思维变成我们认知里面的一部分，也就是在佛法心类学里面会提到说，我们一开始是用透过正因推理得到比量，但是到最后呢，我们兴趣上就会得到一个限量。好，那 无常跟我们的人生其实是非常有关系的，因为诸行无常就表示我们的人生一定会面临死亡，在死亡的时候我们会经历痛苦，可是呢，我们还是要去思维，我们终有一天会死，因为这点非常的重要。那在谈到死亡无常的时候，会提到三根本九影响。那我们上次有稍微提到说，第一个根本就是我们决定一定会死，必定死，而且无法逃离死亡。那第二个呢是死期不定，第三个呢是死时唯有法。那除了法之外，其他都对我们没有帮助。那呃，第一个呢，就是所有的有情都会死亡，就包括导师释迦牟尼佛也已经在2500年前圆寂了。那事实上呢，我们出生这一点，其实就是造成我们死亡的原因。从我们出生的时候开始，我们的死亡也开始了。那我们活着，或者是说，任何的有情活着，他终有一天会死亡，然后死亡呢就不会再复活过来。
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So the first three root is death is sudden, time of death is uncertain, and that during the time of death nothing helps, only Tama helps. Tama practice helps. That's the three main roots, right? Now the first one, the time of death is sudden. When the death is sudden, then they have a three reason why death is sudden. Number one is no escape, because death is sudden. There is nobody who was able to escape the death. Historical example, natural law of course, and then universal experience. Third, the second one's life cannot be extended. It's sudden because the lifespan cannot be extended. It's fixed. Therefore, and limited lifespan is limited, and also it's consistently diminished. The lifespan is consistently diminished. It's never stay forever like same. And then also it says no guarantee that it will be last forever, like it will live for until the over expectation like 80 or 100. And then little time for practice. So when death is sudden, and the time of death is sudden, therefore we have very little time to practice. Reason why, no, just take an example. Number one is we have if you live, let's say if you live 80 years or 80 years, half of our life is already we slept. Within 24 hours, 12 hours, we are either 6 hours we sleep, and then morning walks, morning activity in our homes, and then we commute it, go here and there for office walks. So it's consumed half of our life. We have to spend like that. And then beside that, what happens? Many of things we have to eat, we have to use the restroom, we have to go for grocery, we have to do other activities, Dhamma activities. So we have a very little time to practice. That is the third reason, little time for practice. Second is life cannot be extended. And first one is nobody is escaped. Therefore, it is certain. That's the three reason. When we meditate, we have to reflect this again and again. Now, why there is important that is sudden? Because it will be help us to remind to practice Dhamma. So this comes away. If death is sudden, then I might be practice later when I have a retired. If I have a retired, then I can practice. Or if I have maybe I practice more in next year. If I have more money to sustain my living costs, we may think like that. But what it says, second the reason is this: time of death is uncertain. Therefore, they have a three reason why time of death is uncertain. Lifespan is uncertainty. Why reason why its lifespan is uncertainty? Because it has so many various causes for death. Sickness is there due to over unhealthy consumption of the food and way over living lifestyle, or maybe unhealthy. We have so much stress emotionally, and then sometimes we see that emotionally, people can take their life by suiciding, due to depression and other causes. And then also unpredictably they have things you see that during the COVID millions of people lost. Nobody has predicted, nobody has expected, but it's even the very healthy young people, many young people die. So since lifespan has uncertainty, and you have no guarantee that youth will live longer and old people will die earlier. Old people will die early and the young youth may live longer. There's no guarantee. Cause of the death is uncertain. Multiple threats. We never know. People like some of my friends I know, they die from, sometimes flu can become the death. Beneficial become harmful. Becoming harmful is more than survival in our life sustaining the life. The harmful of for our life is more than beneficial over life. Protection become danger. Even the food consumption, we think it's protected for us. Sometimes we will die because of food, and sometimes we thinking of a bodyguard may protect us. Then in historical, like India, one of the prime minister of Indian, this one lady called Indira Gandhi, she was killed by her bodyguard. They're supposed to protect her. So you see the history. If you look at the history and look at the nature of the society, you see sometimes we say protections, those protections, they are also become our cause for death. Then time uncertainty no fix, because death is uncertain, because no fix that this person will die at this age, these people will die this age. There's no fix. Death during, and even you die during activities. You see some people eating. You see in YouTube sometimes I see that there is record of YouTube that people die from doing the different activities. Some people like cooking, they die. Some people they eating, they die. Some people even they drive and they die. Some people they flying the plane and they die in the mid-air. We have see those in the news. Then sudden occurrence, some you never know that it will be like lot of air accidents, air crash, and they kill. Then they never expect that they will die like that. There are many young people, healthy people, smart people, and then you see thousands of people losing in a car accident, in road car accident. You see a lot of people die, and some people even like heart attack. They look healthy, but they die of heart attack. So you see a lot of these examples. Therefore, what this shows. This shows time of death is uncertain. When you look at those people who have died, this different incident, their ages are very young, youth, and then the seniors, elders. You will see. So this indicate that time of death is uncertain. Now, okay, yeah, first you translate.
Thank you. 好，那在上次的那个讲义里面，就是那个 blank 140里面，那我们已经提到了，就是说3个根本。第一个就是决定死，我们一定会死。那可是呢，死期不定，然后死时呢，除了法之外，其他都没有意义，都没有注意。然后呢，首先在第一个决定死里面呢，它就会有3个印象，就是告诉我们为什么我们一定会死。那第一个呢，就是大家可以看到，它其实就是一个普遍的现象，它是一个自然的规律。然后第二个呢，就是寿命呢是无可添加，可是会不断减少的。也就是呢，我们呢会持续的去失去这个寿命，然后呢，我们的寿命呢没有一刹那是跟前一刹那维持同样时间的，就是那个寿命可以维持的期限其实是不断的减少。那 再来呢，就是我们是没有办法预期说我们到底可以活得多久的。就有些人他想说他可以活到80到100岁，可是实际上呢，他没有办法活到他预期的这个年纪。然后呃，死亡是必定而来，可是呢，我们在死的时候呢，我们在活着的时候呢，通常都没有什么时间可以去修法。那例如说，一个人活到80岁来说好了，那可是呢，他已经有一半以上的时间都已经浪费掉了。我们去想，我们一天有24个小时，我们可能已经花了6个小时在睡眠，然后早上呢，我们又忙着各式各样的活动，我们要通勤去上班，或者是我们要出门散步散心，那我们又有一半的时间又花掉了。那剩下的时间，我们可能都在吃饭啦、上厕所啦、买生活的一些必需品啦等等的各项各样的杂事。所以呢，我们剩下可以用来修行的时间其实是非常少的。好，那去思维这点呢，可以帮助我们提醒我们说，我们一定要现在就立刻来修学佛法。因为呢，如果我们没有想到，我们必定死，可是死期不定的话呢，我们就会想说，好啊，必定死，可是呢，我可以以后再修啊，我等我退休再修啊，我明年再修啊，或者是我等我攒够钱，我有可以维持一定的生活水准之后，我再来修法。可是实际上，死亡来临的时间并不能够像我们所预期的那样那么的准确，死期是不定的。我们会看到很多人现在其实他就已经有了很多不健康的生活形态，他受到很多的压力的痛苦，然后情绪不稳定。那有些人会有忧郁症，会自杀等等，或者呢也会有一些意料之外的这种大流行病，例如说前几年的COVID 新冠疫情等等。我们会甚至看到说，比我们年轻的人都会比我们还要早死亡。所以呢，死期何时到来，我们是不确定的，并不是老年人就一定会比年轻人早死，这很难说。而且呢，这也是大家实际上就可以看到的一些社会上的现象。那甚至呢，像是有些人呢，他是因为流感他就死亡了。那我们以为会是支持我们活更长的这些顺缘呢，那其实往往会转为死缘。例如说呢，有些人吃着食物，然后就死亡了。那甚至说呢，你以为会保护你的，实际上会变成来杀害你的危险。例如说，印度之前有一位女的总统，她的姓是甘地，那她就被自己的保镖所杀死了。所以呢，死亡的年纪其实并不一定。我们看到，每天都有各式各样不同年纪的人在死亡，甚至摩西他看到 YouTube 上有一些人，他们会因为各式各样的活动而死亡。那 YouTube 上有些影片，就是有些人煮饭煮的死亡了，然后呢，吃着东西死掉了，开车出了车祸死掉了，或者是呢，飞机失事，然后人就死在半空中。那这些人可能都没有预期到说，诶，死亡离他们那么近，他们下一秒就会死掉了。而且这些人不管是多年轻、多聪明，他们都没有预期他们的死亡就会来临的这么的突然。那有些人看似非常的看似非常的健康，可是下一秒可能就会因为心脏病发而死。所以呢，死期是不定的，而且死亡的岁数呢是各式各样，老少都有的。That's all.
Oh, tujhe. Now, if death is certain and time of death is uncertain, then what is the fact about death? So this is third one is time of death. What happens? Nothing helps. So here three facts about the death. Well cannot be health because the limitation of the material well cannot help because the limitation of material resources, they are no use. Even you have a millions or billions of dollars, you cannot buy the death by paying your resources, spending your resources. And then inability to buy time you cannot buy. Oh, I will give you $1 million, so because let me live another 1 year or 1 month or 2. There's nothing like that. And then true wealth in time of death is what the wealth that we can carry and what we can use is your practice of dharma. True wealth is a dharma that you practice in your lifetime. That's most valuable during the time. The only dharma helps during the time of your death. And also the second reason is friends or family cannot help. Means because you have to die alone. You cannot say, I wanted to die with my wife. I want to die with my family. I die with my relatives. I want to die with all my office people. I want to die with my employee. There is no such things. You have to die. Solitary nature of death is you have to experience. And a limitation of relationship between you and the family, your friends, your parents is limited. It is during your lifespan. That's it. After your death, nothing happens. All become stranger. And then therefore, what you have to do is focus on the spiritual preparation from time of death. That's the second thing. Third one is about even your body that you cherish for your entire life, you nourish, you spend so much resources, including your money and all this. You buy expensive branded clothes to protect your food, and you wear the branded shoes, branded pants, shirts. And the time of death, nothing helps. This even cherish you like that. Your body, you eat organic food and you eat all the best food that we have in Taiwan. If you eat entire most expensive food, but time of death, even the physical body cannot help. It cannot sustain physical degeneration, letting go process. So here the most important is in the practice of time, spiritual practice is important. At time of death, three factors. Your resources or your wealth cannot help. What helps? Dharma will help. Whatever you practice in dharma or study or meditation or learning, this will help. And your friends and family will not help you. And you have to experience the death solitarily yourself. Therefore, spiritual preparation is very important for the death in day-to-day basis. And third one is even your body cannot help. Of course, we are not denying that, you shouldn't take care of your body. Of course, we already studied that we have achieved the precious human rebirth, which has 8 freedom and 10 endowments. Therefore, it will be very important to preserve them instead of practicing dharma. But when the time of death comes, nothing helps. Therefore, it's very important to us to let go and follow the process of death. It's very important to practice the death of is important. So this is the three facts about time of death. Time of death, nothing helps. Dharma helps, and therefore you have to practice dharma. And also your friends and family cannot help. Therefore, you have to focus on the spiritual preparation. And at time of death, even your body cannot help. Therefore, your mind should be primarily focused on your virtuous mind to letting go all the object of attachment, including your physical body, including your resources, including your relatives. So it's important for us to learn the letting go. Okay. So these are the three facts that in time of death, what happens.
好的，既然我们一定会死，而且死期不定，那死亡的时候我们应该做什么？那我们会看到在这里，死的时候我们需要面对3个现实。第一个就是我们所累积的财富是有限的，而且一点帮助都没有。不管我们是有千百万，我们都没有办法阻止死亡。甚至呢，你想要跟死亡讨价还价，说我拿出100万来跟你换，说我可以再多活1个月，再多活1年，这都是办不到的。我们死的时候带走的，带到下一生的，唯有我们今生佛法的修持。所以呢，财富对我们临死 的时候并没有任何的帮助，而是我们所修的这些佛法才有帮助。第二个呢是我们临死时，我们死亡时，亲友也没有帮助，我们注定要一个人死亡。我们没有办法带着我们自己的配偶、亲友、同事、员工跟着我们一起死。我们死的时候就是一个人迈向下一世。好，那第三个呢，就是那我们既然一定会一个人死，而且只有修持的佛法对我们有帮助，那我们就应该从现在起，或者是在临终的时候，我们不要再贪着那些我们今生所累积的财富，我们今生所交好的这些亲友，我们应该要专注在我们精神上的准备、心灵上的修持。那我们可能这一生花了很多的钱买一些名牌的服饰、鞋子、包包，然后吃台湾最有机、最贵的食品，想要让我们的这个身体维持在最好的状态，保护着这个身体。可是呢，在死亡的时候，我们必然会经历真心消融的这个过程。所以呢，我们应该要好好的准备，在死亡的时候去专注在我们的心灵上的这个修持。所以总的来说呢，在最后的这个死时，除法其外无益这个部分的三个因象呢，主要第一个就是在谈到说，财富是无益的，只有我们所做的这些佛法的修持，包括禅修、包括学习，这些才会对我们有益。第二个是我们注定要一个人单独的死亡，所以不要再贪着这些亲友、财富等等。在第三个就是我们要做好心灵上、精神上的准备。那我们并不是在这里说否认说，哦，我们要停止照顾我们的身体，我们就不顾我们之前所谈到的，我们现在所拥有的这个暇满人生，而是在说呢，即使我们有了这个暇满人生，但是到死亡的时候，我们还是要放下，我们要放下我们所贪着的这一切，我们要跟随着这个死亡临终的这些过程跟步骤。所以总结的来说，再一次的提醒，第一个就是，在死亡的时候，财富是无益的；第二个，亲友也是无益的；然后第三个呢，是我们这个身体也没有帮助。那我们在死亡的时候呢，不要再贪着任何的这些亲友、财富等等，而是应该要维持着善念，然后接受死亡的这些消融的过程，然后准备好往下一世投生的。
Mhm. So this why we are talking about this 9 round of meditation on a death is why, because we should remember that death is certain. If you want to prepare for the death, then you should meditate on the death is certain, but time of death is uncertain. So therefore, if death is certain, then you have to prepare by now. Why? Because the time of death is uncertain. If time of death is certain, then okay, then if I die, what happens? Die at time of death, facts is nothing helps, all over Dharma practice helps. So therefore now it's come to the conclusion that, oh, if I want to prepare, if I know that death is certain, time of death is uncertain, and time of death nothing helps, only Dharma practice helps. So now if Dharma practice helps, what should I prepare? Now it comes, the second comes if, oh, why all this happening? Death is certain and time of death is uncertain, and time of death only Dharma helps, only Dharma and nothing helps. This will show us that we have to practice the Dharma. Now the second portion here, of course, many important thing is we prepare. They have many way that we prepare, but most crucial one is to thinking about the law of causality. Because when we are engaging in Dharma practice, most important is to engaging in Dharma practice. And to engaging in Dharma practice, most crucial is thinking about a law of causality. Lende Samba. Why we have to think about law of causality? Because law of causality is the one who is responsible to experience all the pain and pleasure. Therefore, we have to understand the nature of law of causality. What are the characteristics of the law of causality? they have 4 characteristics of the karma. So if you want to really practice Dhamma, then you have to have a strong conviction and faith and understanding. You should develop, learn, developed emotionally or mentally, and understand that, and then you give a clear idea how to practice Dhamma. So number 1 in characteristic of the karma is actually it's an action produced from 3 doors. We say 3 doors are 3 door means like where it's all come from. It's like door. So door from body, speech, mind. So these are the, so what first, before that, what are the characteristics? We should understand the characteristic of the Dhamma and karma. First, they have 4 main characteristics for Dhamma. And if you have produce any action, whether it's a virtuous action, non-virtuous action, it's never gonna be waste. It's certain. Cause and so if you have ngeva means it will be produced live. This will produce a definite experience or result. That's number 1. Second is if the karma you produce will be not stay same, it will be multiplied. So therefore what it's indicate that we shouldn't neglect it, even the small negative actions, because it is a nature of the karma is not certain to bear to repent the result, but it's also a multiply day by day. So it's multiply, like today if you do if you, let's say you kill 1 insect, tomorrow you will be if you do not purify, it will become the double 2, and then next day it become a 4, and next day it become the 8, then 16. It keeps growing. Reason how we can prove that in natural law of causality, how can we prove that karma is multiplying like that double? You just look at this seed of apple tree. If you put the 1 seed there and then it slowly grow, and you can, how many apples we can get? Hundreds and hundreds of apples can get from 1 seed. Thousands you can get multiplying. The similar concept to give you understanding about why the karma is why karma is multiplied. Therefore, it shows Dhamma practice, nodal understanding. Number 1, the ngeva, when it's a definite, you shouldn't do the negative actions. Try to refrain from the negative action and try to cultivate the positive action, because positive action matters to bring you the happiness, and negative action which brings you suffering and pain. Therefore, it's in your choice which one you want to produce. So because they are definitive. Definitive means there's going to, if the conditions arise, it's going to experience the result. Number 1. Second, please do not neglect it. You must purify immediately. Therefore, because reason why it is multiply. Karma always multiply. Even is a good multiply. Even virtuous karma multiply. And non-virtuous is multiply. So non-virtuous is very important too. Even the smallest in the Kadamba tradition, you shouldn't neglect even the smallest karma, and negative karma shouldn't be neglected, because it's going to bear a big suffering, the huge experience of suffering. Therefore, it's very important for us to purify. So now, okay, purification also. So normally in the Lamrim and masters advise to, that's why to practice Vajrasattva daily, and at least you should recite it 100 syllables of Vajrasattva at least 21 times. It will be lessen the karma, and also it will stop multiplication of the karma. That's the second characteristic of the karma. Third characteristic of karma is karma. If you have not created any actions or karma will karma that you have not created will never experience. So you don't need to worry about if somebody created karma that will you have to experience. It's not like that. Karma macheva the miteva means anything that, so there's two ways to thinking. Those negative karma that you have not done, you don't need to worry because you have not done that, and then you will not going to experience. Karma that you have to create it, that definitely you have to experience. So you don't expect that, oh, I will not be experiencing this because I'm because you're thinking that, oh, then maybe I'm not done. No, you have done many lifetimes. Therefore, personal responsibility, it shows us a personal responsibility to not produce karma. Okay, that is a third one, lecheva dam miteva, not experiencing what not created, your karma. And the fourth one is karma doesn't disappear. Lecheva chu misawa means, it will not waste. Karma will never waste. It will become stay in the potential form in your mental continuation, and it stay forever until unless the conditionals apply. Therefore, there's one thing. Therefore, don't engaging in very heavy negative karmas in our daily life, because it become cause for trigger to repent the karma. Let's see, some people very negative people, and they can experience unbearable sufferings instantly. Sometimes you see that. Now, okay, so this is very important to reflect these 4 characters to karma. And based on this, then our practice will become more effective when we reflect it. Here, to understanding or study about these things, when you think about this, it helps us to improve our spiritual practice. Now you have to, okay, today you learn this, oh, what is karma? Now you will see, oh, this is a negative karma and positive karma, or virtuous karma, non-virtuous karma. Then you want to see which is virtuous karma, which is not virtuous karma. Then, if I do something, it's what it is caused to become virtuous and non-virtuous. So you wanted to, this lead us to learn more and more and more. More you learn, more you are good at doing, preventing the negative karma and accumulation of the positive karma. So therefore, the spiritual education study is very, very important. That Lama Tsongkhapa said, in the beginning, you have learned and develop the wisdom of learning and hearing. And in the middle, you have to reflect it and contemplate it, whatever you have learned, to give a deeper sense of understanding, to have a deeper conviction, to prevent them and act accordingly. And then finally actualize all those practice and experience those teachings. So that's why it is very important for us to learn little by little. When I say today, it doesn't mean you understand everything today. You build up the foundation to understand all this slowly. And next time, if you are producing any actions or karma from your body, speech, mind, you will become more careful. You will become very careful. Otherwise, until now, if you don't learn anything about this course of karma and learning, you keep producing negative karma, unconsciously or unknowingly, then who's going to suffer? We're going to suffer, those who are responsible for us. And also, we don't know how to purify. Therefore, it is very important for us to learn this and then think about again and learn more about this and build up this right from now. Why we are healthy, why we have this precious human rebirth with the 8 freedom and 10 endowments. And then we should be very wise, because even we have this precious human rebirth, it shouldn't be last long because death is sudden. And then also we have to do very quick because time of death is uncertain. And also we should do the dhamma, not other things, because time of death, only the dhamma helps, nothing else. Therefore, if dhamma helps, what should I do? I should practice dhamma. For first of all, what is dhamma? Dhamma means action. Dhamma means to hold, not to fall down. Fall in, okay, they have many meanings. Okay, it's we we don't discuss, we maybe discuss this later, it's too long. Yeah, so please we translate that and then we stop here because time is up. If I talk too much, then you will get me tired, or also it's too much to understand. So we stop here.
好，那我们会去想说为什么我们会死亡？为什么死的时候除法之外其他都无益？那为什么死不能像我们所预期般的在一定的时间死？那为什么这一切都会发生呢？那我们去思考，想要找到这背后的原因，想要理解的时候，就会促进我们想要去了解更多有关佛法的内容。那我们我们知道死时除了佛法的修持之外，其他对我们一切都没有帮助。那我们就会想要去修学佛法。那我们所要修学佛法最关键的内容，第一个就是业果的道理。那业果的道理呢，有4个特性。第一个是业是决定的，第二个是业会增长广大，第三个是不欲未造业，就是不是我们所造的业，我们不会去领受到它的果。然后以造业不失。第4个以造业不失呢，就是如果是我们造的业，如果没有忏悔，就是没有其他的力量去对治它，让它消失的话，那我们一定会领受到它的果。好，那对于业果的这个特性呢，要有非常强烈的就是了解。那首先呢，我们去了解一下所谓的业呢，指的是我们的3门身语意3门的一种行为的行为。那业果是决定的，就是呢，我们造善业会得乐果，造恶业会得苦果。那我们所造的这些恶业呢，它会增长广大，所以不要想说，我只是造一个小小的恶业去做了没有关系。例如说，我们今天可能不小心弄死了一个虫子，可是呢，如果我们不忏悔，那隔天这个恶业就会变成双倍，后天变4倍，然后大后天变8倍，然后再来又变成16倍。那这个要怎么证明呢？业果会增长广大，我们可以透过苹果树的例子来得到证明。例如说，我们看到一棵长得非常丰盛茂盛，可以结果累累，可以采收几百颗、几千颗苹果果实的一棵树，它刚开始其实是由非常非常少的一颗苹果种子所种下长成的。所以同样的，我们造下一个善恶业的果，将来只要呢我们没有去对治它，没有它这个果没它这个业没有被消灭掉，它就是每天都会增长广大。所以业果的增长的道理就是如此。所以呢，我们只要有意识到自己造下任何一个造下任何一个恶业，我们其实呢就应该要立刻的去忏悔这个恶业。那对于噶当教法的这些祖师来说，他们会认为说呢，忏除恶业是非常重要的，而且是应该要每天都去做忏悔。那他们会推荐，例如说，大家应该要每天去念金刚萨埵百字明咒至少21遍。那念了21遍之后呢，就可以减少恶业，而且可以阻止这些恶业的增长。那业果的第3个特性呢，就是未造业不欲。也就是说呢，我们不用担心他人造了恶业，结果这个苦果是我们在受。那另外一方面的思考，也就是说呢，只要是我们造的恶业，在没有忏悔干净之前，然后因缘聚合时，我们就一定会遭到苦果。所以不要想说我这些苦果都是他人造成的，然后我这些苦果其实是我们在过去世中造了的恶业所反得的这些苦果。所以每个人应该要为自己的苦乐负起责任。也就是说，我们所领受的这些苦和乐，其实都是由我们所造的业而产生的果。然后业果的第4个特性就是呢，业以造不失，它不会失坏，它会以一种像是能力习气的形式呢，然后在我们的心绪中留下一个能力。 所以呢，如果我们的恶业造了之后没有马上忏悔，那其实它其实就会在我们心绪上，造成一种影响。所以这可以了解了这个道理，可以激励我们，帮助我们立刻就去从事或进行心灵上的修持。好，那我们谈到了这些有关于业果的道理，那这些其实呢都会帮助到我们，激励我们去了解更多的佛法或学习更多的佛法。例如说，我们在学习到说哦，恶业会带来苦果，那我们可能就会想要知道说，那哪些是恶业？善业可以带来乐果，那哪些是善业？那就会让我们想要去学习更多有关于佛法的内容。让我们可以预防造下恶业，然后会让我们更积极的去造下善业。那宗喀巴大师也曾经说过说，那我们一开始就是应该要广大的听闻，那听闻之后产生闻所成慧，然后再来就是透过听闻的内容再三的思维，然后升起思所成慧，然后再对于思所成慧的内容去做实修。那我们根据我们所听文思的内容呢，然后就实际上的去做行持跟实修，然后依着这个内容真正的去实践造法。那今天说了这些内容呢，虽然不一定就是说哦大家马上就每一个内容都可以详细的记下来，但是呢，我们其实建立了一些基础。那例如说，我们对于业果有一些了解，然后呢，了解到说我们这三门都是会造善恶业的。那在我们之后，可能日常生活中，可能造下恶业的时候，我们就会非常特别的小心。那就不会像说哦，会在不知情的情况之下，或者是就是不注意、刻意忽略的情况之下，然后造下恶业，让我们会，然后又不知忏悔，然后就让我们之后会受到极大的苦果。那所以呢，我们就会督促我们来学习到次第的内容、佛法的内容。那我们知道了，我们到目前为止已经学习到了说，哦，我们现在是有这个暇满的人生的，而且我们现在在一个很健康的状态。那我们有智慧做这些善恶的判断。那可是呢，这个暇满人生它没有办法维持长久。那就像我们今天说的那个死亡无常的三根本九因相，那死亡一定会来，可是什么时候死不一定，然后死的时候只有佛法，其他都是没有帮助的，那就会督促我们应该要去修学佛法，然后应该去采取正确的行动，生于一三门都应该要好好的守护。那关于法呢，有很多的，就是法这个字呢，在呃佛法里面或在藏文里面有很多的意思，其中有一个呢就是执持的意思，所以呢就是执持这些应该要做的善业，然后不要去失坏或放弃。好，那仁波切说今天的讲课呢就到这边。那因为呢说了很多的内容呢，可能大家也会觉得有点疲累，因为并不一定是所有的内容都可以记得住，或者是那个所以今天就先讲课的部分就到这里为止。
Okay, so we stop here, and then next, I already make a file I share with you guys, and then Losandro Malai is available, and next time, and then let me know. And so, thank you for everybody. Thank you very much, and please, I may share you some files so you read them and try to read some books on that, and also, and then we will cover more on the death, how we prepare. Thank you.
好，谢谢大家。那仁波切会在 LINE 上面呢陆续传上一些档案，那我们就可以在下次上课的时候呢来谈一谈这些档案里面的内容。那希望大家可以阅读这些档案，还有阅读这些跟这些档案内容相关的一些书本。那下次呢我们会继续延续就是如何为死亡临终做准备的这些内容。